Hello and welcome to Ndtv Hindu. I'm Kuku Alex bringing you the Bill of Rights show this Saturday. Catch up with the latest reports, stories and discussions with consumer activists that will answer queries that plague your mind. Today we deal with the issue of overcharging, a case where a family went through a disappointing experience at a movie theatre and another on huge bills on medicines, as well as strategies by pharmaceutical companies that are considered unethical. We also discuss problems with technology that could disrupt your work and how to deal with them. We begin with the experience of a family that went to watch a movie but found that the whole experience was unpleasant. Our reporter Butler explains why the family was forced to take its grievances to the court.
A weekend visit to a theatre to relax over a movie turned out to be a bitter experience for a family. After being issued overpriced tickets, the family was led to seats that were a class lower. It did not end there. The place was also dirty. When there was no response to complaints, the family took its grievances to the consumer court.
The District Council Forum, after gone through the documents filed by the complainant and opposite party, held that the opposite party committed deficiency in service and directed the opposite party to refund the excess amount collected from the complainant, rupees 55, and rupees 15,000 towards compensation for mental agony suffered by the complainant and 5,000 towards cost.
A movie theatre is a public place which operates under a license and required to maintain certain standards. If it fails, it faces the risk of having the license revoked.
Tickets value of the theatres are all fixed by the district administrative after considering the seating arrangements and the facilities available with the theatres. So once the amount is fixed by the administrative, then the theatres should not overcharge the public while fixing the tickets. At the same time, they should also not allow extra seating arrangements apart from the licensed seatings.
Not only movie theatres, but also shopping malls are required to meet set conditions. In the event of a violation that affects the consumer directly, it gives the consumer the right to legal action. In Chennai, Bertila, Ndtv Hindu.
A consumer activist joined us to tell us about the steps that you could take to avoid the situation faced by the family.
I understand that on the ticket, it was a 49 rupees or some ticket, but then there was a seal above it which said the ticket charges were 60 rupees and he was charged 60 rupees. So here he has a proof. So this ticket you have to actually hold with you. You should not throw away your ticket. It's very important you have your ticket with you so that you can prove. And same thing happens in shops also, in supermarkets and all certain products, packed products. What they do is like they put a sticker upon the actual MRP and they sell it at a higher price, which they are not supposed to do. When they do this, then it is actually a clear case of overcharging and they can go to the court. The consumer has the option to go to the court. He should actually.
I think the point that she was getting at was the ticket bit you can prove, but what about the other bit,
exactly.
the sanitary bit? I mean, you can
Yes.
always come out and say there was a lot of trash there, but how do you prove it?
Yeah, that becomes difficult, but then when they had cheated in the initial place with regard to with overcharging and all that, then it means the consumer is not going to go out of the way and make prefer a complaint against an establishment or whatever, saying that it was the thing was not hygienic or anything like that, right? So it is only consumer law is basically based on natural justice. So definitely the court is going to believe what they say.
So what exactly can be done here, as in what documents are we supposed to give to the consumer court? What can be done as in as proof
First
of
what
evidence?
you should do is you should communicate to the opposite party. You should tell them, see, you have overcharged and you have not. And the other thing is the arrangement, like he was given a first class ticket and then he was made to sit in a second class or some seat
Lower
was given,
class.
a lower class seat, and the hygiene part also was like it was very bad and all that. So in this case, like what he has to do, first I am sure they would have written a complaint to the theatre owner saying that this is how it had been and sought an explanation and given him an opportunity to resolve the issue in some way or the other. Maybe if he had come down, even if he had apologized and said that like there had been a mistake on their part, the customer might have let it go. But then I am sure these people would not have responded to this.
Exactly.
So
So initially when he knows that he's being given seats that are not according to what he paid for, would it have made sense for him to protest then? Maybe an early solution would have been in the offing?
Might have been. It's not that like there is an option actually. They should have, I'm sure he would have raised his voice immediately. He would have gone to the manager and spoken to him. There should be a complaint book where you register your complaint there so that the authorities look into it and they respond to it and all that. But in most theatres this doesn't happen and you don't have a complaint book or anything. He would have gone to the manager and he would have spoken to him, but then like they would not have responded probably.
Do you think taking like pictures of the like the dirt all around the place, do you think taking pictures is
will
evidence
definitely
enough?
help? Yes, definitely it will help. It will definitely help. You can go and say that, see the theatre and the photographs of the rubbish or whatever there and where you were made to sit and all that will definitely help, will be an evidence when you go to the court. Yes.
Now this overcharging is something that we've been hearing about a lot, in fact, black ticketing and getting tickets in the black. So do you get a lot of cases where consumers actually come across and complain, or do they just pay and go for the movie anyway?
I think they pay and go because we normally don't get many complaints with regard to this. I think people should raise their voice. We should definitely appreciate this customer who has actually taken the pains to go to the court and all
taken that much of rounds,
yes.
because it's a matter of just 49 to 69, it's a matter of just 20 rupees.
Yes.
Is what we'll the bottom line is what
exactly
people think. But yeah, it is quite a good thing that such a consumer has voiced this opinion. But if you see, mall culture has been increasing in the city. Now, do you think this is going to start becoming applicable to a lot of situations? Because if you see, a lot of theatres don't even have emergency exits. What do you think of that?
Oh, though that is a different set of, like they have to follow certain rules and all, like fire extinguishers and all should be in place, and whatever is mandated, everything should be there. It is compulsory, and the authorities should conduct regular checks to ensure that all safety measures are adopted by the theatres, and it's very important. Yes, and this practice I think has been going on since many decades, this overcharging consumers and all that. And the other thing is, other issue is ACs. They switch off the AC like halfway through.
In between the show itself.
Exactly.
So you're either feeling too cold or you're just feeling too hot. Not
Too
only
hot.
that, if you see,
It is suffocating like
absolutely. If you see even the food that we buy at those
You're not
theatres
supposed to carry food, and the food
Yeah.
you buy there is
is extremely
expensive and
Sometimes even more than the MRP, in fact. But there's no, you need to pay it then, so you pay it. That's how I think customers look at it. So the point here is that we need to act up, and that's the key here. The consumer needs to exercise his rights.
definitely.
Time for a quick break on Bill of Rights, but on the other side, we bring you another instance of large-scale overcharging that may just have been going on for years. Stay with us.